People will go on Facebook or stand up in church and be like, I have a silent prayer request. Or they're on Facebook and they're like, hey, can you pray for this thing? I don't want to put out on Facebook what I want prayer for.
Right.
But here we go.
Right.
So my question is, because if they're not going to tell you what they want you to pray for, they could be asking you to pray for literally anything and all things horrible that you don't want to happen.
Okay.
So why do those exist? And why does anyone pray for them?
Okay. All right. In the church setting, when people say I have a silent prayer request, okay, usually it has to
Don't pray for it.
That's not what I was going to say at all, actually. Usually it has to do because someone has got a circumstance in life, whether it be they've lost a job, they have had a really bad diagnosis, but they're not really wanting to share it yet, or they're uncertain of the diagnosis. They know something's wrong. They don't want to share it yet. Or it's about, or maybe sometimes they're just very private people and they don't actually want to put out what's going on, even though other people would be like, no, that's no big deal. But they're just very private. So, hey, can y'all pray for me? I don't really want to go into it, but please pray. And so I respect all of those things. And again, I think when we pray, it's like, Lord, you know what's going on. You know what their needs are. And Lord, would you fulfill the need? And would your kingdom come and would your will be done? And again, I'm saying need, and I'm putting need in my mind, need means specific things.
So if a goth-looking person came to your church, sat in the back with all black, and looked at you and went, I have a silent prayer request. Right. Would you pray for that?
Sure.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I would.
Why would you pray for that?
Because just because someone is dressed all in goth and looks at me and goes, I have a silent prayer request. Okay. She may really love Jesus.
All right, fine. They're wearing a pentagram t-shirt. Would you pray for it?
Would I pray for their prayer request?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they have a silent prayer request.
I'm going to go, Lord, you know what they need. Need being healing, food, shelter, clothing. Lord, you know what they need. A job. Lord, you know what they need. Lord, would you answer their prayer according to what they need by your will being done? I have no problem praying.
But that's not praying for their silent prayer request.
Well, I'm not just going to come into agreement with anything if that's what you're asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my problem.
Yeah.
You never know what they're asking.
No, so that's what I'm saying. You got to put some guardrails on that guy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not praying for any of them because you never know. It could be the nicest looking person, but they're praying that your family gets run over by a truck.
That's what I'm saying. Lord, would your will be done here? Yeah. Yeah. Pray it with some guardrails.
Okay.
Some parameters. Yeah. And a lot of times I'm like, Lord, and if they don't know you, let them come to know you.
I'm not doing it. You got to tell me what it is.
Okay. That's fair. All right.